Hello, everybody. Welcome into Indiana basketball after the game with today's special guest, Maurice Creek. Mo, how are you, my friend?
Doing all right. Doing really good.
Mo coming to us from Ukraine, man. You talk about we have Jordan on some. Jordan comes to us from Germany, but I got to say, Ukraine coming from Ukraine has got to be the most special yet. How you've only been over there not very long, right?
Nah, this year, yeah, it's only been a couple of days this year.
So looking forward to that. We'll get talking to Mo more about that and more about the TBT maybe later on as well. But he's joining us today to talk about, unfortunately, Indiana's loss today at Assembly Hall to Michigan, 80-62. Man, the momentum that could have been gained, Mo, because of what this team had recently accomplished. They were on the precipice of ending a trilogy of streaks that totaled 0 for 25. They were 0-8 on the road. They beat Nebraska. They got rid of that. They were 0 for 9 against Purdue. They vanquished that the other night. And they were 0-8 against Michigan the last 8 games. And now it's 0 for 9. They could not get that job done today, but not able to come back after a big win. Sometimes that's a problem for a lot of teams. It's been a problem for this team. What did you see today?
Michigan just played a really good game. They really shot the ball very good from the outside. Houston did a really good job today shooting the ball. And Hunter Dickerson, he just had a monster game inside. He only missed 3 shots. He was 9 for 12, 25 points. You know, for Indiana, you want to win these type of big games. You can't have 2 players, combating with each other and making a big run for them. You got to at least take one of them out of the presence, and they just couldn't do it today.
Yeah, could not get that done, unfortunately, after that just humongous win over Purdue the other night. But a lot of games left in this season. First home loss, that also is something that Mike Woodson had been really harping on for this team. They were undefeated at home, and they kind of basically came out pretty lifeless today after that emotional. I mean, it was an emotionally zapping win the other night, but you got to come back and play, and they were not able to do that today.
Yeah, they didn't shoot the ball really well today. They just looked a little flat. It happens in a game of basketball. It just, you just got to find your way and figure out how to be better the next game. You don't want to, continue to have these type of games, just learn from your mistakes from the last game and just try to be better the next one.
Yeah, 3-point shooting was not Indiana's favorite today. They ended up shooting 26% on 5 of 19. They could have used you today, man. Definitely you and Jordan back behind that 3-point line would have been exactly what they needed to light that up. But Rob Finney, a huge night the other night. Not the same today. It's the rhythm. They just seem like they could not get into an offensive rhythm today.
Yeah, it just happens in the game of basketball. You're not going to be at your best every single game, and that's what a lot of people just need to understand is that some things just happen and just don't go your way. But what I will say to the Indiana team is just keep your head held high and, understand that you made a lot of mistakes today. You didn't play well defensively. You didn't play well offensively. And let's just, get back to the next game and be a lot better than what we were today.
Defensively, Indiana's the top defensive scoring team in the Big Ten, one of the best in the country. Today, they let Michigan just go crazy, shooting the 3, 11 of 17, 65%, Mo, 65% from behind the arc, man. And that's on 17 shots.
Yeah.
That's not you're not gonna beat many people when you give up 11 threes and you're hitting 5.
Yeah, I don't think you could be anybody like that. That's 33 points from the 3-point line, and you're only getting 15. That's an 18-point game. That's the game,
Yeah, and they could not make it back up at the free throw line. Michigan shot was 11 of 14 versus Indiana's 11 of or 9 of 13. Indiana did a good job still with the ball. They did not turn it over a ton. 8 turnovers today. They had 3, and so they've only had 11 turnovers in their last 2 games against Michigan and Purdue. That is a great stat to hang your hat on, but you lost one of those games. But today defensively, whether it was the 3-point line and Hunter Dickinson is obviously someone that's just difficult to put a man on anyway. He's one of the best that
Right.
there is. But, man, they gave up way, way too many open 3-point shots to this team, and they knocked them down.
Yeah, I just think Hunter just is a big presence, and he's already 7 feet, 7 foot one, with good feet and great hands. And a lot of the teams that I watched against Hunter, they kind of double team. So now you're in rotation, giving up these type of shots, and if the team's actually hitting like they were today, what I mean, they could be really dangerous. So um, like I said, big shout out to Hunter because he definitely gives their team a lot more shots.
Absolutely. Here's a great question, too, from John Martinez. Why can't they get Parker more shots? Parker did a good job of catching and shooting the ball today. He doesn't do that enough to me. I think that he should just be ready to shoot the ball because he can light it up from out there. Today in that second half, I think he 3 back-to-back, catch and shoot. He looked very good, very smooth doing that. They need a lot more of that from him.
Yeah, I think with Parker, he's starting to get notarized for that, and a lot of teams are starting to look at him as trying to get him locked down because if he gets hot, that's a good sign for Indiana. So Michigan did a really good job on him today, not giving him the shots that he usually gets from either getting the ball from their point guard Johnson or just making his own shot. They just actually got him locked down today.
Looking at the team box scores, Xavier Johnson, 14 points today. Again, 5 of 11 shooting, 4 of 7 at the free throw line, 0 of 2 from behind the arc. He had 5 rebounds, 6 total rebounds, and 6 assists. I mean,
Mhm.
that's a good line from your guy that's got the ball in his hands.
Yeah, for sure. He did a really good job today. I think this might have been one of the better games that I watched him play today. So he just needs to understand that he got to continue to have these type of games to help Indiana be successful.
Yeah, only 2 turnovers. 6 of Indiana's turnovers came from race and trace, which that is not, unexpected. That has been more of the case. Miller Kopp stepped up a little bit today. He had 5 points, 2 of 2 shooting. He hit a 3, not a lot. Trace Jackson Davis was 17 points on the day. He was 6 of 13 overall, 5 of 6 at the free throw line. So congratulations to him for doing a good job there. Race Thompson, 9 points, 4 of 11 shooting. 1 of 4 from behind the 3-point line. I know that Mike Whitson wants him to shoot that shot, and he hit one today, but that's okay. But I just don't think that Race Thompson needs to be taking 4 3-pointers a game. He's shooting 10%. So you're basically giving up 3 possessions and maybe 3.5 possessions if he's going to take 4 shots from 3-point.
I just think if he's gonna be taking these shots, then he just got to get in the gym and continue to practice on these type of shots. Obviously, Coach Wilson really has the confidence in Race to take the shot. So if this coach is giving you that confidence, what I'm saying, put in the hard work and be able to knock these shots down in crunch time moments in these games, so that so people can have the confidence in you to have these type of shots in the games.
Great comment here by Ron Mitchell. Michael Durr, since his opportunity came in the Purdue game and he stepped up, he did the same tonight. I mean, it's not like he blazed away tonight, but his numbers, 4 points, 2 of 2 shooting. He did a good job defensively. He's just seems like he's getting much more comfortable quickly now, the more minutes that he gets.
Yeah, I think he's doing a really good job with the minutes that he gets, and he again just has to continue to produce every time he gets on the floor, and understand it's an opportunity to get better every time he gets on the floor. So, limited minutes, 2 for 2 from the field. You can't ask for more than that.
Let's see. Forrest says that he thinks that this loss is on the players, not much intensity. Coaches can only do so much. Hopefully they learned a lesson. Yeah, there was not a lot of intensity. And again, they're coming off of an unbelievably emotional game Thursday night here. How hard is it to come back? I mean, they hadn't beaten Purdue in 9 tries, Mo. You guys beat Purdue when you were playing them. So you know how important that game was. So to get that monkey off your back, and even the students, everybody rushing the floor, the energy that was in this building, it probably was a big drain. But you still have to come back, and you've been playing pro ball for a while, and it's a lot more older hat to you. But when you were younger, how hard is it to come back to play a big Michigan's a big game. Anytime you're playing them, that's a big game. But even though you played Purdue and you just won, you've got to come back and play this next big game up because you were 0-8. How difficult is it to do that mentally as a player?
I say it is difficult, but at the same time, this is our job. This is what we're supposed to do and be able to do each time. We are basketball players. We're young, and we just gotta have the mindset that every game, every time we step out on the floor, we gotta give it our all, and just be able to play each game like it's our last because you never know when it can be your last game. So today I just didn't see the fight that I usually would watch from Indiana. It could be tough for the players. They just came off a win from Purdue. I know it was a struggle because Purdue is a really good team and everything like that, but they got to be able to come out and be ready to play each game that they come on the floor.
Yeah, that's pretty much the question you just asked, Forrest. That's Mo's opinion on players bringing their own intensity. You have to do that. I mean, nobody's going to do that for you, and it's no one else's job to do that for you.
Right.
Speaking of the truth, Robert Carter down in Southern Indiana says we don't have superstars. We have a lot of role players. Well, you've got Trace Jackson Davis. He's a pretty damn good one. He's an All-American, and they've got some pretty good players around him. But yeah, are there 5 stars? This team is not laden with 5 stars, not laden with all that. Doesn't matter. A lot of teams aren't. You still have to find a way to meld that talent together and make it work. But every time it seems like they're taking that step forward, that Purdue game was a gigantic step forward. Is this a step back?
I wouldn't so-called say it's a step back. This is a learning lesson. I would say a learning lesson. Just because of the fact that you know how to win. You know that you can win a big game. You just beat Purdue. They're top 5 in the country. You know what I mean? So you have the right to understand that you can win these games. You just have to understand that every time you're on the floor with a different jersey than you got to be able to come out with that type of intensity to be able to win these games. And when you don't, you just got to understand what was my mistakes as the team or even as an individual, and just try to get better the next game. Don't hang your head. Just be ready to play the next one.
Let's see. Looking down through here also at Parker Stewart, 9 points today, 3 of 6 shooting behind the 3-point line. All 3 of those makes came in the second half. Rob Finney following up on his gigantic night against Purdue, 1 of 5 shooting today. Just couldn't quite get it going. Let's see. Anthony Leal saw just a little bit of time. Geronimo didn't see a lot of time. That's another little mystery to me. Jordan Geronimo kind of comes and disappears with his playing time. I think that I don't know. Maybe he could have been someone to try on Dickinson today, and he's not. He's way outsized, but man, he's just a man.
Yeah, Hunter's a big guy, man. And it's hard to play Hunter one-on-one. And like I said, he just gets his team so many shots off of just his height and how skilled he is as a big.
Yeah, he can stand out on the perimeter and shoot shots, man.
Yeah.
I mean, with his youth and that size, that dude, hopefully he won't be in the Big Ten very long for Indiana's sake, because that dude is very, very talented. Michael says that Indiana needs to bounce back, of course, take care of Penn State on Wednesday. Absolutely. That's a team that they lost to on the road. A game that potentially Indiana probably should have lost, but you're back at home now. This is the end of a 3-game homestand. You've got to take care of home. You've done that up till now. Today was a misstep. You let that one go, but you've got to get back to winning every game possible, especially at home as Penn State comes in. What do you do to brush this loss off, Maurice? To just, I mean, I know you got to learn from it, but you also have to flush it at the same time.
Just keep your head level. And this would be a good time for Indiana just to say, we didn't bring it today. We got to understand what we did and what we did not do, and come ready for Penn State on Wednesday. Penn State is a very talented team, so we cannot have the same mental mistakes that we had today against them, because then it'll make it more difficult on Wednesday to win that game.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that one. As like I said, we'll be returning back to here at Assembly Hall. Uh, Indiana has done a good job this season protecting the home court. Like I said, now they've only lost one game. They've exceeded their win total from last year. This is a team that is, after the win over Purdue, potentially was fighting for a piece of that upper portion of the Big Ten. And that's not saying that can't happen now, but losing at home to an 8-7 Michigan team does not help with that much. But they're still in that. There's no one in the Big Ten that is running away. Purdue has lost, 3 games already. Illinois is the team at the top. Michigan has battled with that. It's just a topsy-turvy season that I don't think that the top has really been seen yet for the Big Ten. There's going to be some changes, I think, by the time the season ends.
Yeah, for sure. The Big Ten has always been one of them conferences where anybody can surprise anybody, and so that's why I said every game is important, that you come out and play hard and try to win the game, because you never know. Even the bottom of the bottom can beat one of the top teams and surprise them. So you just gotta understand what this conference is and how important every game is in the conference play.
Yeah, I know everybody hates that Indiana went to Penn State and lost, or lost today at home. But don't forget, Michigan State was probably maybe the best team in the Big Ten right now. They lost at home to Northwestern. It's going to happen in this league. I'd rather lose at home to Michigan than Northwestern. Personally, I think that's going to be a lot better for your resume. But right now, Michigan State's still at the top of the Big Ten standings. They're 6-1. Wisconsin right behind them. A team Indiana had by 22 points earlier in Madison, and then Illinois. So you've got Michigan State, Wisconsin, Illinois, then Ohio State, a team that Indiana's already beat. Purdue, a team Indiana's already beaten. So Indiana has shown that they can play with these teams at the top of the Big Ten right now.
Right. And like I said, it's just Indiana has to come out with the intensity every game, into understanding that every game is important. You don't have no time to waste, and every game that you win in the Big Ten is going to upgrade your resume. So you got to come out fighting and show that intensity to win every game.
What would you like to see from Indiana's guard play? I mean, the other night against Purdue, it was pretty spectacular, but that has been the exception more than the rule this season. What would you like to see from Indiana's guard play, whether it's Parker Stewart or Rob Finney or Xavier, whomever it might be?
I just want to see, just keeping that aggressive standpoint. Like I said, Johnson had a great game today. Parker Stewart has to find his way to getting more shots, either off the dribble, either his 3-point shots, but he has to find more shots than what he got today. Projectedly their best shooter, so as a scorer, as a shooter, you got to be able to figure out a way to get yourself some more shots. But I just think Rob Finney had a tough day today. I think he'll get right back to scheduled programming when he come next game, and I don't see why he can't. Other than that, I just think that they just need to keep the aggressive going and just try to make it easier for the bigs and the whole team.
Well, we'll certainly see as they will take on the Penn State Nittany Lions next up here at Assembly Hall. I mentioned earlier you're playing back in Ukraine. How's that going? I know you've just been back over there for a few days. So is the season just getting started over there?
No, actually, I'm in the second part of the season. I had just been home working out, and it was crazy. One of my coaches from one of the first teams that I played with in the Ukraine, he was on the younger squad of that team. So he called me up and basically said that they were looking for a person in my position, and it made it easier for me to say yes, just because I know he knows what I can do. He knows how I play the game, and I signed that contract, and now I'm trying to get this team on the playoff run.
I hope that you're in eastern Ukraine.
I think I'm more north, but I don't see no problems over here right now, so I'm in a good spot.
Everybody knows I mentioned that because we've seen a little bit of. I got to be honest with you. I'd be a hell of a lot scared, to be honest with you, if I was in Ukraine right now, because we've heard talk of Russia and all that good stuff. What in the world could that be like for an American, for a basketball player to be over there? I'm here and I'm like going, and I know you're over there, and I'm like thinking, damn, I would be, if I was Mo, I'd be like, yo, a little worried, but you're there taking care of business, man. What's it like?
Uh, I mean, I just take it as, if they would make sure everybody's straight. If we have to leave, then that's something that we're gonna have to do. But like I said, I haven't seen no worries over here right now. I feel like I'm in a good safe spot. Um, and I'm just saying, taking it day by day, every day, just coming out, working out, doing what I need to do to get ready for my next games, not worrying about the troubles or anything like that. Because there's always some troubles overseas in some way, shape, or form. So if we worry about that, then there's something else that now we have to worry about
Right.
instead of what we got to do for our job. So again, just taking it one day at a time and just, you know, I can only do so much, man.
Is what was I going to say? Like when I talked to Jordan, his team plays in two different leagues at the same time. They're in the German league and then an international league. Is your
hmm
situation similar to that?
No, I think what Jordan's situation is he's playing more so of Champions League because he's on the Champions League team, and then he plays in his regular league. With us, it's just we play in our regular league. We have a couple of teams that's in the Ukraine that's in the Champions League, but not us.
Uh, it's so hard. It's like trying to keep up with European soccer, the Premier League, the Champions League. I'm like, wait, what? You get moved in and out of there, but yeah, just curious. So, what do so you're joining a new team? How are you? Are you looking forward to it? What is their situation or is potential championship? How good are they?
So this team right now is they have been losing. They've been on a losing stretch for a really, really long time. And my first game here, we won, and then the second game we lost by to a good team by 8. So right now we're looking at maybe 4 or 5 games out of the playoff race, and so we got like 12 games left, and I'm here just trying to give them that spark that anything is possible. You know what I mean? Just trying to keep them motivated and stuff like that, and give them the scoring that they need and the point guard position, that they need and everything like that. So I have a lot on my plate. I'm looking forward to it. I've always been good with challenges, so we're gonna see what I can do to help them out and try to get them back on track.
When is your next game?
Next game is Saturday. Saturday.
So we got a week to go. I don't know if this had anything to do. Is this Euros game or something different? This link that's up there, I can't tell. It says,
I don't know. I don't know if they can
yeah,
stream it from there or not, but
I'm not sure what the.
usually, yeah,
Cool.
usually they're on YouTube.
Cool. Make sure you follow that out and check him out to that. The TBT is something you've been involved with. I mean, I think of the TBT and I just think of you. That's just that all there is to and I can just been all over you begging, man, you guys have got to put it out. You team together. I know it's difficult. Any closer to that happening?
I have not talked to anybody about that yet. That'll be good for the city though. We've had a lot of great players in Indiana history that could make a good impact in the TBT for a great team. Again, we have not discussed no part of that. I have not heard anything or anything like that. So, just all depends on somebody wants to say, "Hey, let's do it," and it gets done.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let go of it, man. I'm gonna keep banging that drum. Just that I love watching the TBT. It's just fun because it's different. I love it because it has the Elam ending. It's because it's different. What are your thoughts on that? Since you play in both all the time, the Elam ending and the TBT, and then of course everything else is normal. But what is it like play that Elam ending? Do you like it? Is it just a cool, different? situation to be playing with?
I love it. I think every league should put that in their system. Honestly, it just is more competitive. It's more. Um, I wouldn't say street ballers, but you gotta really actually earn your right to a win when you're playing in the Elam ending because you could be down so many points in the Elam ending, but if you start getting stops and start getting scores at the right period of time, as we have seen before, you can win the game. And it's not like you can run out the clock or anything like that because once the clock gets to under 4 minutes, now you have to really actually score the basketball to win a game. So it's just very fun to me. I never I never really had an opportunity to like look at it in the aspect of putting it overseas, but me thinking about it now, I would like for it to be in the overseas NBA game because now you got a lot more talent from all over the country playing in that type of setting. So it's a good setting for me.
Oh, I would certainly, everybody, myself included, loves watching you play. I cannot wait. Are you playing in the TBT this season, this summer?
Uh, the crazy thing is I have not decided yet. Um, I was going
Play,
back and
Mo,
forth
play.
about it.
I've already got a chant started. I just thought of it that quick, and everybody can pick it up. Play, Mo, play. That's all you get to start. Hashtag play, Mo, play. There you go. I'm going to send that out in about 10 minutes, and that's going to be on. So we'll make sure we got to have one more year of Mo Creek's last minute heroics, man. You can't just cut it off and not tell anybody. Man, I cannot thank you enough, brother. You are always so gracious with your time, so fun. I thoroughly enjoy getting to spend time with you. And I know you've talked about when you get back to Bloomington. That probably won't be till what, the summertime?
Yeah, I've been planning on getting back and seeing the campus and everything, and unfortunately, like because I'm playing basketball and like these type of times, it's hard to get back to a game. But in the summertime, I definitely want to go ahead and get back to my favorite food spot. Just see the campus and see everything that they added on and what's new with Bloomington nowadays. So I'll definitely be back this summer.
You know who was at the game today? I didn't get to see him. Christian
Yeah,
Watford.
definitely. Yeah, he popped up. I seen it.
I was like, man, I could have had him on with you. That would have been great. I wish I'd have known that
Yeah.
in advance. I'd have texted him and told him, hey, man, but we'll have to try that next time. You have to text him and tell him, say, hey, I'm on today. Need to get you on. But great. Yeah, it's great. The fans are loving seeing the players back in the gym. That I saw John Leskowski earlier. Of course, he's here quite frequently, but the fans are loving that aspect of it as well. It's getting back to being Indiana basketball.
Right. I mean, we're just a big family. Don't matter if you transferred out, don't matter what your standpoint has been, once you put on that jersey, once you're a part of the Hoosier family, you are always a Hoosier. So I'm happy that everybody still thinks of me as a Hoosier.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. I cannot thank you enough as always. I appreciate you so much. I look forward to doing this again. And anytime we've got a Sunday game, I'm going to be ringing you up because that's the only time I can get you and Jordan. As a matter of fact, next time I'm going to have you and Jordan both on because that's the only time, and I'll have him from Germany, you from Ukraine. That'll be nuts. So looking forward to doing that. You've got a week off before your game, so go get yourself in shape and get ready, and good luck. We'll be following you and keeping track of you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maurice Creek joining us here on Indiana basketball after the game today. Indiana, unfortunately, losing to the Wolverines. I'll be back tomorrow for Indiana Sports Speed Radio. Thanks to John, the producer. Most importantly, thanks to you guys, and a big thanks to Maurice Creek. Until tomorrow, I'm Jim Coyle. I will see you on the radio.